Hi, guys. All right. Are we ready? Yeah. It's Tuesday night. It's time for our weekly Scentsy chat. And we are on week 20. Yes, the big 20. Can't believe it. That's a lot. Uh, I think that we've actually really covered a whole heck of a lot. I really, really do. I think we've done a lot of stuff in the last 20 weeks. Hard to believe, but we have. We've covered a lot of topics. And tonight I thought it was good a time as any to talk about Bring Back My Bar. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight, the scoop all about Bring Back My Bar. Thank you all of you who are joining live. Hello, hello, hello. You should have the chat box available for you, or sorry, whichever side of your screen it's on. On my, when I'm looking at it, it's on this side of the screen. I do not have a personal assistant. That would be me. I am my own. And so I do try to watch the chat box as much as I can. So if you guys do have questions, those of you who are on live, you can feel free to shout them out there. If you've got comments, anything you want to add on in. You know, if you guys don't know me by now, I am totally not scripted with these weekly chats. So I do not mind if I am totally off base, if I just continue to ramble like I tend to do, or if I start talking about something and you're like, wait a minute, what? What is she talking about? You can bring me back on track. You're not going to offend me at all. So I will be keeping an eye out over there. I think I've got all my preferences set. Again, being your own personal assistant has its own challenges. And I think we're good. Okay. Oops. Sorry if you saw that on your end. Okay. User error. Okay. So for all of you who may be just joining me for the first time, I'm Jacqui Duran, independent Scentsy consultant and weekly Scentsy chatter extraordinaire, who just totally chopped off all of her hair. Yeah. So this happened over Memorial Day weekend. I'm still getting used to the whole short hair concept. This was not entirely what I was going for. I was going for something a little more. Gosh, I'm making it worse. I totally was going for something like a little bit more asymmetrical because I wanted more length in the front and I wanted it nice and short in the back, which I totally got short in the back. But we went a little too high on the front, so it's fine. It's hair. It grows out, right? It grows out. Luckily for me, it grows pretty darn fast in my world, so it's cool. It's cool. I just got to get used to it. I'm not one of those girls who can do like the total pixie Halle Barker or Halle Berry haircut thing. I can't. I love it. It's totally cute and it's adorable. Not on this face. This face is round. So when you do like this short hair, it looks like this big like football helmet like on the top of my head. So whatever. It is what it is. He'll grow back. Okay, so back on topic. Here we are. Okay, Bring Back My Bar. So if you guys are not familiar with Bring Back My Bar, you might be sitting there asking yourself, what the heck is she talking about? Maybe you're getting ready to type it in right now. What are you talking about? Okay, Bring Back My Bar is Scentsy's semi-annual event. Every time that we do a new catalog change, we pull out some scents and retire them. And that's, of course, to make way for the new ones, right? It's to get rid of maybe some that just are not selling well in overall Scentsy. Introducing brand new ones, making room for all those brand new ones, bringing out the new season. When we went from fall and winter into spring and summer, of course, we get rid of like the Christmassy holiday scents, and we bring in the fun spring coconut scents. And so the same thing will happen again when we start to transition in August to get ready for our brand new fall and winter catalog that will launch in September. So this is kind of like literally our midway point in our catalog. So we are smack dab in the middle of this baby. So Scentsy changes it up twice a year. Now, another, big change for Scentsy, they're looking outside of the box. And normally we do Bring Back My Bar in January and in July, but this year they decided June would be the appropriate month for Bring Back My Bar this season. I totally agree, and that's just because my birthday is in June, so it's like one of the best months ever. So, of course, I'm sure Scentsy was thinking of me when they decided they were going to do it in June. They were like, hello, it's Jacqui's birthday month. Of course, that's when we're going to do it. So we're doing it in June, so it's a month early. So for those of you who are not a consultant, but are an avid Scentsy lover fanatic, like I was before I became a consultant, this is a special time of year for you too. And it's special because it's happening in June and not July. So, keeping you on your toes, making sure you're paying attention to what's going on, right? So Bring Back My Bar. What do they do? How does this happen? What is it? Why is it? Like I said, as we move catalogs and transition out, we pull scents away, we retire them, we bring in new ones. So all of those scents that get retired into what I refer to as the Scentsy vault, I kind of liken it to like the Disney vault. Things go in there, they live for a while, they get lonely, we miss them. And then Scentsy says, hey, for a limited time, you can get these babies back. And Bring Back My Bar was born. So because over the years of Scentsy in and of itself, they have had many, many, many popular and amazing scents. And so some of us get very attached to certain scents. And so we look forward to Bring Back My Bar. So what they do, and there probably is like some exact science to it. I just don't know what it is. But what they do is they throw out a list, right? Usually about 2 months before they do Bring Back My Bar, they throw out this huge list of all the retired and available scents that could be brought back, right? And then they open it up, open voting. It's a democracy. Every Scentsy consultant, every Scentsy customer, anybody who just happens to stumble on a Scentsy consultant webpage can vote. And I believe you can vote once a day. I think it's once a day you can vote. And I think you get to pick like 5 or 6 selections out of everything. So like your top 5 or top 6, whatever it is. And you voted. We all voted. Hopefully you voted. If not, don't worry. I'll be reminding you when it comes voting time again. We all voted, and what happened was they then took the top 30 most popular scents that got voted upon, and then we did like one last final blowout voting round, right? All of that got voted on. We brought it down to the top 20 most popular scents. That is how we got Bring Back My Bar. That's how we get Bring Back My Bar every season that we do it. Again, we do it twice a year. Just so happens to be happening in Jacqui's birthday month, June, this year. So that's going to happen June 1st. So as of June 1st, we will have 20 previously retired scents that are back for a limited time, only for the month of June. Only for the month of June. Cannot buy them on July 1st. You cannot buy them on May 31st. Only June 1st through June 30th. That's it. That's it. So if one of your favorites happens to be in this list, you need to make sure that you're ordering it. If you are a consultant and you know that there's certain scents in there that either your customers or that they either like or know or love, or maybe they're ones that might be ones that your customers will love, you need to be letting them know. Okay, you totally do. Because if you don't, well, then you don't. I don't recommend it, but you need to be letting them know. I will try to give really good suggestions with Bring Back My Bar, because for the majority of my customers, I kind of have a good idea of what they tend to like or what they go towards. Some are more fruity, some are more floral, some are more Scentsy Man, some are more bakery and corner cafe type of scents, right? They want those. So I try and really showcase the different ones that are going to be available. So that way, if it's one that they maybe haven't ever smelled before, then they, hopefully will try it when it's available. And it's also a really good time to be able to really draw upon your customers, again, who are Scentsy lovers. And those are those people who love the product, love Scentsy, have a passion for it just like you do, and you're racking your brain going, why haven't they joined my team yet? Those are the people that we're talking to. Those are my on the fencers, or I don't know why they haven't joined people, because they love it so. But those are the people who look forward to this, because of course they know what scents are available in the catalog, because they're avid fans like we are, right? They're paying attention. They're on the ball. They can probably name them off maybe quicker than you can sometimes. But those Bring Back Your Bar scents, those are the ones that are going to be like, oh, I got to get them. And those would be a really good host for you to reach out to say, hey, why don't you just go ahead and host maybe a pouch party, a bag party, or a home party, if that's what floats your boat. Host one of those parties, and that way you can, use your host rewards to get some of the scents that are going to be available. Because this is the only time you're going to be available, right? We got 20 of them. 20. And I will tell you that 2 of my all-time favorite are in the list. Cashmere and Echo. And if you haven't smelled Cashmere and Echo, you are totally missing out. Echo came back actually last Bring Back My Bar, and I totally stocked up on it. I still have some left. Doesn't mean I won't buy more, because you know why? Do you know why? Are you paying attention? It's because I don't know when or if it might be back. It may or may not become one of the top 20 that comes back in January when we do Bring Back My Bar in January. It may be, it may not be. So it may be maybe another year or longer until I can actually buy Echo, unless I find some random consultant who has like a stockpile of it somewhere. I might get lucky that way, but I can't order it. I can't officially order it. So I stock up when I can. And Cashmere is just OMG amazing. It's Cashmere. I mean, it feels like, or it feels. It does that too, the real Cashmere. But the scent Cashmere from Scentsy, you can feel it, but it's going to feel like wax. But it smells very luxurious, very womanly. I don't really know a better way to describe it. I was sitting there so I could have the descriptions up. And the description for Cashmere is sheer floral bouquet combines Moroccan jasmine, lily of the valley, and bergamot. I think that luxurious woman sounds better. It's just me. So that's the premise of Bring Back My Bar, right? That's kind of how it works. That's kind of how it goes. We as consultants, just like with Scent and Warmer of the Month, we do have the opportunity to buy the bars before they're available. Now, we can't buy them individually. We can't buy them in a 3-pack or a 6-pack yet, but we can buy the Bring Back My Bar bundle. It's also going to be available to customers starting June 1st. And that is where you can buy 1 bar of all 20 of the scents for $85. Now look at that. That's a really great savings, guys. A bar is $5 by itself, right? There's 20 bars. That would normally be $100. I'm buying them for $85. That's a steal. So even if you've got some customers, maybe you've got 2 customers or more than 2 who just love all of Scentsy, encourage them to maybe do a double host party. They can both, be a host. They can both collect orders and maybe decide to split the host rewards or something. And they can, maybe buy one of the bundles and then they can split all of the bars. I don't know. I'm throwing out ideas there. But it's really great. And so anyway, as consultants, we get to buy them ahead of time. So if you're able to do so, I highly suggest buying them and getting them, because that way you'll have them to smell. So that becomes the question, right? This is kind of where I talk to mainly the consultants. You on the fencers and you Scentsy addicts out there who I'm asking you, why have you not joined my team yet? You can still feel free to listen up, but this is mainly for the consultants as a whole now. But like I said, you may get ideas and be like, that's how they run their business? I'm totally in. I'm totally joining this week. That's what you should be saying right now. Serious. I don't lie to you guys. It's fun. It's enjoyable. I love what I do. I truly, truly, truly love what I do. I love my Scentsy business. Sorry. I need Dr. Pepper. Okay, so as a consultant, like I said, you can buy these. We were able to buy them as of May 18th, and we can still buy them as consultants. Again, in the 20-pack, okay? So you have to buy the bundle. You can't buy individually. You can't buy a 3-pack or a 6-pack yet. As of June 1st, customers, consultants alike, you can buy them individually. You can buy them in a 3-pack, a 6-pack, or the bundle, okay? You have all those different options, right? Same thing goes if you're buying like the Scentsy systems and things like that, the combine and saves. You can add and bring back my bars. It's not like you can't do those with all of that. Okay, you can. So you can do this a couple of ways. And it all truly depends on your budget and your Scentsy business. Remember how we've talked about, guys, that your Scentsy business is truly that. It is yours. Okay? I do these Scentsy trainings every week. Every single Tuesday, I dedicate this. Well, it's supposed to be 30 minutes. Usually turns into 45 minutes, about. I dedicate this time to coming to you guys and talking about Scentsy, because one of Scentsy's main visions and authenticity and generosity spirit is giving more than you take. And truly, for me and finding the spark in my Scentsy business, it was networking with other consultants who I was able to connect with, who were like me. They were normal, but they were fun and they were excited and they were a little quirky and goofy and sometimes chopped off all their hair, whatever. And I was able to connect with those people, and it really truly brought my business to life. And I was like, oh my gosh, I totally just need to devote more time to this. I really do, because I enjoy it. I like the people that I'm meeting and networking with, and this is what I want to do. When I started finding myself thinking about Scentsy more and more and more, and I was like, oh, that's it. I'm joining. That's it. And I was sold, because it brought in all aspects of it for me. It brought in my crafting side. I got to get a little crafty and hands-on. I got to have like the business aspect side. Hello guys, I'm a business major right now. Okay. I like business. So it brought that part of it. I brought the fun of it. It brought the individuality. Again, this is me. Okay. I'm crazy. I'm quirky. I'm a little OCD, maybe a lot OCD, maybe a lot type A, whatever. I like to have fun. I like to enjoy things, and I like to, really think of life the way that and live life the way that it should be intended to live. And, by being happy, this makes me happy. Truly, truly, truly. I have a day job, and I work that day job, and I like my day job. Okay. I like my day job. It's not as fun as my Scentsy job. So at the end of the day, when I do make myself time to work parts of my Scentsy business, that's fun for me. I really, truly enjoy it. So I encourage you out there, if you're on the fence and thinking like that, give it a whirl. So you can buy these, and of course, you have the bars, right? There are some consultants who will just buy maybe a couple bundles. Maybe they've got that disposable income where they're like, okay, I'm going to buy 3 of them and I'm just going to rotate them around. I'll carry the bars with me. People will smell them. They'll love them. Yes, they will, especially this one, Strawberry Sweetie. It really is a sweetie. The one thing though, and this is probably a question that I've been asked maybe a dozen times just the last week, is does Scentsy do testers for the Bring Back My Bar scents? Great question. The answer to that, unfortunately, is no. Probably for a multitude of reasons. I'm going to probably say that the most popular or most poignant reason is because these are truly limited time. Okay, they are truly only available 1 month. Okay, these 20 bars are only available in June. Even though we will be doing another Bring Back My Bar again in January 2016, OMG. Even though we'll be doing one then, it'll be a completely different list of 20 scents. It might include some of these. It might not. It might have a whole brand new list of 20. There may not be a single one in here that comes back in January. We never know. Scentsy probably never knows because honestly, like I said, it's all done by a democracy. It's by a vote. It's a whole voting system. Okay, that's how they pick these things. So you never know what's going to come back and what isn't. So, I mean, from an economical standpoint, why in the world would Scentsy sit there and make thousands upon thousands of tester sets for scents that are only going to be back and available for 1 month? I mean, they would spend more time making the testers than it would be for us to order them and get them in time. It truly would. So that's not going to happen. So the question then becomes, how do you get testers? How do you let your customers smell the Bring Back My Bar scents? How do you do that? Here's a couple ways, okay? Obviously, the first way, if you are, and I am totally not saying the old word. Don't like it. Not saying it. No old. But you see my short hair back there? I'm still getting over it, people. Okay, I'm going to say seasoned consultants. Seasoned. Every week, weekly confessional time. Ugh. Okay, here's basket 1 of 3. These guys are filled with testers. Say what you will. I'll allow time for comments. It's fine. Soak it all in. Laugh. It's fine. I don't care. So you get your testers, right? Some of them are discontinued. Some might be coming back for Bring Back My Bar. You never know. What I do suggest, though, because seasoned consultants, like I said, when you first start, obviously, you get your starter kit. And in your starter kit, you get a full set of the party size testers. Okay, these. Maybe I should do one that you might be able to see a little bit better, not a like white wax, so it totally goes out of focus. Here's your party tester. This one's Pink Haze. All right, so here's your party tester. We also have these little guys. These are our mini testers. See the size difference there? Sorry, my webcam's funky. So you've got your size difference, right? Mini tester, party tester. Do you guys know this is what the testers used to look like? This is it. This is what they used to look like, okay? Do you see how much wax is in this? I've never scooped it out to measure it, to like maybe pour it into like an empty clamshell to see, but just eyeballing it, I'm going to say maybe 3 or 4 cubes are in here. And I could be totally wrong. I could be totally wrong, but that's my guess. It's a heck of a lot of wax, people. It's a heck of a lot of wax in a party tester. There's wax in a mini tester, right? So what I do, so when I joined in January of 2012, I got a starter kit. And in my starter kit, it was January. It was also Bring Back My Bar happening, but I had no clue what was going on at that point in time. But in my starter kit, I got the party testers for every single scent that was available in that catalog at that time, right? Okay. Then April hit and the new catalog dropped. I was over the moon excited. Not only was it my first transition, but it was my first like spring and summer. So I got to see all those scents that I had not yet experienced, because I had only really experienced Scentsy. I had a home party with my friend who is now then became my sponsor and is now my director also. So I had a party with her in November and I joined in January. So I hadn't experienced, even smelled any of the spring and summer type of scents. I was like totally excited when it was time for catalog change, right? So I bought some transition sets, so I got more testers, right? Because I needed more current testers. So I got all of those. And so what did I have to do? I had to go through all of the party testers that I had, and I had to take out the ones that were no longer going to be available in the catalog, because, and I will say it from experience, the first home party I did after that, or like during transition time, I didn't do it. So what happened? I went to my I packed for my party. And when I packed for my party, I used to have my testers in this, it was a bigger like container with like this snap lid thing. And so I took this container because it wasn't very big, so I didn't have a whole lot of testers yet, right? I had the testers from my starter kit, and I had the testers that I had bought for transition. So I take them all, and I figure, okay, well, I'll just kind of sort them out when I get to the party. It's no big deal, right? Well, of course, by the time I get to the party, you get to talking to people and guests and everything else. And before I know it, people are just sniffing away, and they're filling out order forms. They're bringing up these order forms, and they're putting things down like iced pine and things like this. And I'm like, oh, crap. That one's not available anymore. I'm so sorry. And by that time, they were already invested. They were like, oh, you're kidding, but I like that one. Don't do what Jacqui does, or did. Trust me, it only took the one time of pure embarrassment to do it, and I will never do it again. But every time that you switch catalogs, you need to be going through your testers, pulling out the ones that are discontinued, making sure you only have currents ready to go, right? So what do you do with all those discontinued testers? Please don't tell me that any of you throw them away. If you do, stop. Don't do it. Don't ever do it again. Don't do it. Find a container, find a basket, find 3 baskets. Save your testers. Why? Why should you do that? Well, for one, we've talked about this in other videos. I think one of the really cool things is, like I said, there's a lot of wax in these babies, right? Did you know that if you took this and take off the lid, right? You unscrew the lid, and you just put this in the dish, just like this, right? Upside down in the dish of a warmer that's on, and leave it there for maybe, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, right around there. And pretty soon you'll notice all the wax is kind of melted outside of it, right? And then you just take now it's empty, now the plastic empty piece out, and that person then has this wonderful, glorious sample. Again, That's a lot of wax. I don't know if you can see that because of my crappy webcam, but there's a lot of wax in there. There's probably more wax in this tester than it is when I actually make molds of samples and stuff, right? So I use these, the discontinued ones. I think it's a really fun way to use them as like really small giveaway prizes at parties. I will put them in orders sometimes as like a fun host gift. I will, you know, I'll give them to maybe some preferred customers who maybe really love to scent. Now it's discontinued or whatever. I like giving them away as gifts if I, you know, have them to give away. But another really great thing is what? You know, like these discontinued testers. Okay, we'll bring back my bars now come back around. And I was trying to see just like right off the top of the stack here if there were any, but I guarantee you I can go through one of these 3 baskets and I guarantee you I can find some scents that are in our bring back my bar right now. Like Flirtatious. I know I have those testers because it's been around as long as I have. I know I have the tester for Enliven because that one was around since I have been a consultant. So I know that one's in my testers somewhere. I just have to dig through them and find them. So you could do that. You could continue to dig through your testers. You can find maybe some that are in Bring Back My Bar, maybe some aren't. You don't have to have a whole set of them. That's fine. But what if you don't? What if you don't have any testers? Maybe you're brand new and you don't have any testers at all to go through, right? Well, again, a couple different ways we can do this. I'm going to show you 2 of mine. This container holds my Bring Back My Bar testers. And it actually holds the last pouch party that I had left from last Bring Back My Bar. There was 1 cube of every single scent from the last Bring Back My Bar that we had. And actually, I was going to say there might be some in there that actually came back again. I know Echo was in there. Huh. Coffee Tree. No, that one didn't come back. Anyway, I digress. Let's just put that off to the side. Okay. So here are the testers that I personally have made. And you may be asking yourself, how does she make testers? How does she do this? She must be amazing. Well, yes. But I'm not that amazing. And I didn't come up with the idea. I didn't invent it. But I definitely stuck with it. I will tell you that. Like, look, I'm sitting here finding ones that, yeah, look, here's a tester for Cashmere. Here's one for Orange Dreamsicle. Here's one for Hazelnut Latte. Here's one for Bubblegum. These are all scents that are going to be back in June. So they're coming back. So that's why I say, do not throw away your testers, whether you're making them, like I'm about to go over very quickly with you, or here's Echo. Gosh, I love that scent. If you have not smelled it, you need to ask me. That is if you're not a consultant. If you, I truly only say that, and that's not to say that I wouldn't help out a fellow consultant, Bananarama. But obviously, if I'm going to be sending out samples and stuff, I would prefer to do samples to customers. Not that I don't love all of my networking family. But I want to share my sample love for my customers. So like, You know, if you haven't tried Echo, hit me up. I can totally send you some samples of that. Anyway, so you'll see, just like, again, these are from the last 2, maybe a mixture of the last 3 Bring Back My Bars that we've had. In fact, I think it is 3. I think there's 3 combined in here. So, you know, like I said, not all come back every single time. Like this is Watermelon Patch. It didn't come back this time. So that one just stays in here, right? That's where it's going to live until next Bring Back My Bar, and I see if I need it. So here's what we do. Okay. Here is what we do. All right. If you have not purchased the 20-pack, the Bring Back My Bar bundle, then you can do a couple things. You can get with your sponsor and your director and your upline or your local teammates or what have you, and maybe see if somebody else has them. Maybe you all want to go in together on one big one and split it up. I don't care how you do it. I don't know. I don't know how you and your team do things. But get with those upline people, because trust me, they will help you and they will give you ideas and they will let you know what they do within your team. Okay, so if you're newer or you haven't ever ask those questions to your upline. That's what they're there for. Your upline is there to help you, to mentor you, to sponsor you, to be your cheerleader. Let them do that for you. So contact them and ask them, hey, Bring Back My Bar. What's the scoop? What are we doing? Okay, this is my scoop and this is what I'm doing. Okay, so you take your bar, and I like to do, when I do Bring Back My Bar, I like to do it in one big fail swoop, right? I will take a day, and whether that's a weekday or whether that's a weekend, it kind of depends from time to time. But you can go to your local craft store, wherever that happens to be, and you can buy, this is the quickest and most efficient way to do it. You can buy a chocolate candy melting pot. Okay, this is the Wilton Candy Melts pot. Okay, I got it at my local craft store. I used a 40% off coupon, so I got it at a really good deal. I actually just bought this not too long ago. Up until then, I have always used just a warmer with a square dish, so it pours easily. There's lots of different ways that people get their wax to work for molds, and not just at Bring Back My Bar time, but all throughout the year. But for Bring Back My Bar, this is the way that I do it. So what I do is I take the bar. First, I plug my chocolate warmer in, right? Okay, plug it in. Let it get warm. I take the entire bar out and I put it right inside there. This is on. I turn it to high and I let it go. It truly will take 2 minutes, give or take, right? This thing will be totally melted, totally 1 bar melted. Now you want to get yourself like a little assembly line going, because once your bar is melted, you're going to be ready to go. And you don't want it to sit here and melt forever while you're getting your assembly line ready to go. So my best advice is have everything ready to go, and then turn this baby on and then put your wax in and get ready to go, right? So you have this great assembly line work going. Because when you are making molds, and this is totally even outside of Bring Back My Bar, whenever you're making molds, samples, however it is that you do that, if you're melting them, warming them to melt them down so you can form them in some shape or form. That sentence was probably totally incorrect grammar. Sorry. It sounded funny just coming out of my mouth. Have it ready, get them melted, and then like what I love about this is it has like these little pour spouts on the sides. So once it's melted, all I have to literally do is just psh, 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 and I really get a great pour out of it. Okay. You will have to, especially if you have one like mine. I have a silicone one. They do have ones that are metal on the inside. Like this one's metal on the true inside, but I wouldn't warm it directly onto that metal plate because that's not its intended use. I warm it in this, but as soon as I'm done with the bar, I will immediately wash this with hot soapy water because I want to get all that smell back out of my silicone so I can warm a new scent. Okay, so you do have to wash in between because otherwise you don't want your scents to transfer, things like that. So what you can do, you see how I do my little samples here, right? We are kind of looking at these now. This one here is bubble gum. If you cannot read the label, I do totally 100% apologize for that. But this is a little paint pot. It's a paint pot. Paint pot. I get these at my local craft store. I think I'm 18 in a package. The brand name that I have here is called Craft Smart, and I get those at Michael's. Hobby Lobby sells them, Michael sells them, whatever. You get 18 in one package. And so like these are the ones I had left over from last season because I went to Michael's over Memorial Day weekend and they were completely sold out, so I got to hit up another Michael's. But they come on this big long string, and they're like the little paint pots that you might remember from grade school, right? Where you would pour the paint in and paint like your watercolors or whatever. And so what you do is you take these, you take your scissors, and you literally chop, chop, chop right along the edge there so it's free and loose and it becomes its own little tester, right? And then what I do, so like for instance, this Cashmere. I'm telling you, luxurious woman. That's all the description needs to say. They could have saved themselves so much more room on there. So you're going to take your bar of cashmere. If we were doing cashmere at the moment, put your bar of cashmere in there, and then you're going to have all these paint pots all lined up, ready to go, right? And as soon as cashmere is melted, just psh, 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 all down your line, okay, till you're all done. And then what you do is I just literally push them all to the side and let them set. I let them come to room temperature, and they will harden on their own, just like any wax, like in your warmer, anything like that. If you were to turn it off and just let it sit, it will harden, and it'll be fine. Then after I have that done, I take my handy dandy label maker, and I actually type out the word of what it is. In this case, it is Cashmere. If only you could read it. Because my webcam's horrible. You can kind of see it there. See where it says Cashmere? Horrible webcam. Oh, look. If I hold really still and don't move, you can see it. Okay. There we go. Okay. I personally, this was the first method I tried because these paint pots are very inexpensive. They're like under $2 for a package, right? There's 20 cents. You get 18 in one of these. So you will at least have to buy 2 bags of these, but it's still going to be under $5, okay? And in some shape or form, you have some bars, or you at least have a cube of one of every scent, whatever it is that you have. In these paint pots, I will tell you, I get the most bang for my buck with using these paint pots because of their size. People may complain, or other consultants are like, OMG, that is way too small for me. I want my customers to have more. Well, that's fine. But you know what? This is 6 months old, and it still smells flippin' amazing. Okay, it does. It holds the scent very, very, very well. And if you could see this without glare, did you hear that? It actually snaps closed. That lid snaps closed. This thing is, it's great. I love these things. I also love them for this distinct fact that, well, I'll show you this one. This is normally how I do my bring back my bag, or bring back my bar pouch parties, is I use my pouches. These little guys, I fit 20 in there with absolutely no problems. They fit perfectly, and they are amazing pouch parties. In each one of these little things, I can take 1 cube, cut it into fourths, and 1/4 of a cube fits in here. That means that I get 4 testers of cashmere by using 1 cube. 1 cube, not a bar, 1 cube, and I have 4 testers for that scent. Bang for your buck. Bang for your buck. Okay? Last season, I decided, okay, I'm going to spend maybe a little bit more money, right? I used another coupon at my local craft store. And I was trying to find the container, and I have it around here somewhere, and I don't know where it went. I think I did a team party. Perhaps I left it there. I'm not sure. And I bought these containers instead. They were in the jewelry section, and they literally have this little screw off cap, right? So you screw off the top. If you see there, and I'll hold up one of the regular paint pots, I actually got, here, let me get a different color. Maybe that'll show up better. I still used about 1/4, maybe a little bit more in the bigger size. But truly, I still used about the same amount of wax. Like I said, maybe a little bit more. I'm trying to remember. And so I guess it's a matter of preference. I just like my paint pots. And maybe it's because it was the first ones that I did and they've been so successful. I don't know. But these guys, as much as I wanted to love them because they were bigger and I thought, oh, those are going to look a little bit more professional, right? And I even had one of my team members and girlfriends. She was an amazing printer whiz and printed off round labels for the front or the tops of all the lids. This one is French Kiss. I know you totally can't see it because of my webcam and it's horrible glare. But that's the tester for French Kiss, right? And I thought it looked so much better. What was the problem? The problem is not every single one of these containers that came in the package that I bought, when you twisted it in, the threads, some of them slid right off. I'd get it up, but I've already put it away. And so what I've done with those is I've had to take like washi tape and tape over the top, because very quickly as I was putting these into, this was last season and the season before, when I was putting these into my pouch parties, getting them ready to go, I went to go pick up like a pouch party and I looked in there and I had like 4 lids that were off, and I was like, whoa, what the heck? I know I closed the lids. No, it's just the threads were very loose. They didn't tighten and they literally just rolled right off and in the same bag. And I was like, ugh. Okay, first of all, once the lid's off, I had no idea what the scent was. Now I could guess because it was still fresh and I was working with it, so I knew the scents that were going on. But digging through that box, making sure that all my lids were on, I had some with the lids were off and I couldn't tell at all what they were. So what did I do? I just scraped out the wax inside and put it in one of my warmers because I really couldn't reuse it. I didn't know truly what the actual scent was. And I didn't think it was fair to my customers to just let them spin the wheel and guess which scent they got. And then try and reorder it and find out maybe it wasn't even totally what they wanted. So some consultants will, through Amazon, eBay, places like that, you can buy, and there's tons of like container places that you can order from. If you want to get really fancy and really organized with it, you can totally do it that way. You guys know me by now, though. I'm budget friendly when it comes to my business expenses. And so, $2 for a packet of paint pots goes a long way. Goes a long way for me. And like I said, 1 cube, I can get 4 testers of each one. So think of all the pouch parties that I can get out of that just by using 1 cube. But using 1 cube of each of the 20 scents, I've got 4 sets of testers for bringing back to my bar by using 1 cube. I do have a video here on my web, or on my web page, on my YouTube channel of just that. and it talks all about it. I will link that down in the comments for you all afterwards. And that way you guys can link back and refer to it, because it goes into more detail on how I do that. So those are the ways that you can get it out and get it going. Like I said, Bring Back My Bar truly only is available for that 1 month. You need to make sure that you are letting your customers know. You can go into the workstation. You can pull up, when you're in your workstation, you can go to orders, and you can even type in the search bar. You can type the name of the scent. Like, let's say it is French Kiss. And I could go in there under the orders tab in the search bar, type French Kiss, hit enter. It will pull me up all the parties that I've ever done that have had the scent French Kiss in it. And then I can go back and see, oh, hey, Melanie ordered French Kiss one time, and Andrea ordered French Kiss one time, and Rachel ordered French Kiss one time. So, oh, I definitely have to let those 3 people know French Kiss is back in June. They're going to be so excited. You know, I've got customers who look for those certain scents. So that's a really great way for me to utilize my resources and my workstation to find out those customers who I may not remember off the top of my head who ordered what and when. So you can type in those fragrances, like I said, go down and see who ordered what, let them know it's back and only for June. I hope this gives you some ideas. Like I said, you can do it very inexpensively, very easy on the budget. You can really stretch your dollar with these Bring Back My Bar scents, okay? You truly, truly can. My whole point is get as many circulating as you possibly can make happen. Do it. Try to get as many circulating as you possibly can. I will say that during Bring Back My Bar months, they are some of my best months. And I know that my director would tell you the same thing. I know that many other consultants that I know of right offhand would tell you the same thing, because our customers who love Scentsy as much as we do as consultants, they love Bring Back My Bar. And I guarantee you, out of 20 scents, there's at least one of them in there that they're like, oh, I remember that one. I love it. I have to have that. Or it's a new one and you're letting them smell the testers that you spent all this time and love and emotion putting into them. And they're smelling it and they're going, oh my gosh, well, I really love Coffee Tree, but you don't have Coffee Tree right now. And perk me up. I'm just kind of eh. And I can go, you know what? You know what we do have? We have Hazelnut Latte. And let me just tell you, Hazelnut Latte blows Perk Me Up and Coffee Tree right out of the water. Just my personal opinion, but it does. It smells like my favorite coffee shop that starts with an S. Oh. So I'm going to get on my coffee lovers and I'm going to let them know Hazelnut Latte is back in June. They're going to want to at least get one, if not maybe a 3-pack of it, because they're not going to be able to get it at least until January when we do our next Bring Back My Bar. And that's only if it gets voted on again and comes back. You never know. So, you got the scoop? Are you ready? Are you excited? You should totally be excited right now. I don't know why you're not excited. If you're not excited right now, you should be. Bring Back My Bar is awesome. It is totally awesome. If you have more questions about Bring Back My Bar, do not hesitate to contact me here on YouTube. You can email me. You can, my Facebook link is always down in there for my fan page. You guys can always reach me on that. That's a really good way to get me. And I would be more than happy to answer your questions, share with you any other ideas or things that have worked for me in the past, or if maybe you're just curious on what I'm doing for this Bring Back My Bar, don't hesitate to ask. And I would love to hear, those of you who are going to be watching this during playback or watching this live and you just want to leave a comment when the video is up on my YouTube, please, I would love to hear how you do your Bring Back My Bar. If you're a consultant out there and if you're a customer, then I would love to know what are some of the ways that your consultant, or if you don't have one, I'm more than willing to be yours, but how your consultant maybe does bring back my bar. Maybe it's something that I've totally overlooked all of these years, and I would just be so thankful to you to be like, oh my gosh, thank you for sharing that idea with me. I'm totally going to use that. So you never know where those ideas are going to strike. So please let me know. Fill me in with your expertise on the topic. And I will say very quickly, bring back my bar. You're going to hear that phrase a lot in June. If you hear or see BBMB, that also equals bring back my bar. So that's the official abbreviation for bring back my bar. So just so you know, so you can just go out there and hashtag BBMB to your heart's delight. And Scentsy consultants and Scentsy fans everywhere will know what you're talking about when you hashtag it. Your friends may not know, and they may ask you, and that may be a really good indication for you to go, hey, I'm hosting a party, or hey, I'm going to be joining Jacqui's team. So, hey, you should hit me up if you're really that interested. You know, that's what I do. I put ideas out there for you people. And I've gone over my time again. Ta-da! Shocking. Okay, I'm so sorry. I will have an agenda again next week because obviously that made me stick to my time frame. So thank you all for the ones who join me live. Thank you all for those of you who will be tuning in later. And I hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend. Peace, love, happiness. Have a wonderful rest of your week.